Georgia had seemed to turn the corner in its drive to elite status in college football. Coming into the 2008 season, Georgia was preseason number 1.
Alabama's key to this game. What a scene here in Athens. Here come the Crimson Tide of Alabama, already with the signature win.
They had a new offensive coordinator in Mike Bobo, a third-year 5-star quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Knoshon Moreno was a sensational running back. Alabama came to Athens ranked number 8 in Nick Saban's second season. It was a classic SEC game. 90,000 loud Georgia fans gathered to watch the proceedings. Georgia was featuring black jerseys for only the third time in history. Mark Richt had brought Georgia back to the limelight.
Set to go for the biggest game of the year here in Athens. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, in a game this big, coaches want to know if their star players are ready to play. Let me tell you about Georgia running back Knoshon Moreno. When he took the field tonight for the first time, he ran out at speed. He was 100 miles an hour, shoulder pads in hand. He was so excited to get out here. He went that fast throughout the entire warm-up, guys. His teammates feed off of his energy. He is so excited for this game. At one point, he was standing by himself on the 10-yard line, no one around him. He looked up into the night sky and just went, "Wah!" He is ready to play, and the team hopes they can build off his energy.
190 yards passing on virtually all the quarterback records in Alabama. No small feat when you consider names like Scar, Namath, and Stabler.
And I think he's going to have a big game tonight for Georgia. They have not had to throw very much. He only threw the ball 13 times last week in Arkansas. They have got to throw the ball, and I think particularly on early downs, first and second down, he's got to be effective throwing the football.
Glenn Coffey is the running back. He is off to a great start this year. And Coffey will get the first carry. They love the run off. And they've got a lot of guys that they think will eventually be good receivers, starting with Julio Jones, who was just sensational. And fullback Darren Huber sent to the side of Coffey, and Coffey will get the carry. Plunges straight ahead for a first down.
It was dropped in the area where you would think maybe roughing the passer after the screen pass, but we'll see.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 51.
Oh, by Jim McElwain, offensive coordinator. A little slip screen against the blitz. He's got blockers out in front. Excellent call. And then he loses the football at the end. But the late hit on the quarterback by Akeem Dent, a young linebacker, up around the face, is what drew the penalty.
Got him with an open hand in the face mask.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that it was late, it was just in the wrong spot.
They'll mark this at about the 11 and a half. So Alabama could still get a first down inside the 2. Ingram, nice cut. Still on his feet, driving hard to the 7-yard line.
Jim McElwain,
The offensive lineman in there for more blocking. Right up the middle to the goal line, touchdown. Mark Ingram with his 5th rushing touchdown of the season, and they are stunned in Athens.
well, they were aided by a nice penalty. They had a pass interference penalty, and then the roughing the passer penalty that really helped this drive out. But Alabama, very impressive on their opening drive.
They may want to review this because it was very close to it.
I think the key to that drive for Alabama was early down passing. They kept the Georgia defense off balance. And coming into the game, everybody's saying, number 1 rush offense in the SEC, number 1 rush defense. That's the matchup. That's the buildup. Alabama did a nice job keeping them off balance.
It's Prince Miller who committed the interference call earlier in the ballgame. He's shaking his
Another
head.
costly penalty right here. Prince Miller working on Mike McCoy, the receiver, and he just gets him tied up. You can jam him, but you can't grab him. And right there, he's grabbing and holding him.
When John Parker Wilson was trying to throw the turnover on the previous drive, and instead of getting the ball, the penalty kept the drive alive. Down to the edge, and if your hair is on fire, you play forward.
But you may not play low all the time.
Or long. Lee Tiffin will try a 23-yard field goal. And hooks it through perfectly. Stafford felt the pressure, has to roll. A nice throw by Stafford. Back against the grain, and he found Moreno coming out of the backfield. Corey Reamer made the tackle, and Stafford has thrown the ball exceptionally well so far.
Well, he has a gifted arm. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. He has as good of an arm as anybody I've seen in college football in the last few years. And where he's really made some strides this year is in his footwork and his athleticism. Converted their last third down, but had the turnover.
Stafford under pressure, couldn't find that receiver initially. Throws this one out of bounds.
They got Terrence Cody. They were able to move him out to defensive end, and he is much better suited playing on the outside.
And he was 275. There's no way he could play inside and be effective. Because the guy in there now is 365. Mims, who had a poor punt the last time, kicking to Arenas. Arenas breaks a couple of tackles, takes it up over the 35 to the 37.
The battle for thing it does, it opens up all kinds of things in your play action passing game and helps everything about your offense.
Coffee again. This
Scoring defense. And Tennessee came in here and scored 51 points on it. But they haven't played a team that's been committed to running the way this Alabama team, or with an offensive line as good as this one.
John Parker Wilson again on first down. Or second down. This
Good to see out of John Parker Wilson was him stepping up his leadership. One of the other things that they wanted him to do was in his decision making to be more of a businessman and less emotional. He's in his career, he's been kind of a high emotion guy, and you don't want to take that personality away from him. But as a quarterback and as a decision maker, Saban will say, hey, we need you to make more solid business type decisions. You're a business major, you're a smart kid in school, apply that to the football field, and he is doing that tonight.
They only had 10 scholarship seniors. John Parker Wilson is one of them. Nobody else in big-time college football has played here. And this pass intended for Jones at the touchdown. Are you kidding?
Well, you saw on that play the strength of Julio Jones because he used his left arm and his big upper body to push the defender away and then catch the ball over his right shoulder.
The halftime scoreboard took most of the mystery out of this game. John Parker Jr., the Alabama quarterback, had a sensational first half. Penalties and bad luck haunted the Bulldogs early. And Bama went in 31-0 at the half. Georgia mounted a valiant comeback, finally getting on board, and in the fourth quarter actually made it interesting. It was too little, too late, however, for Georgia, as Bama held on for a 41-30 victory. Too many costly penalties wrecked Georgia from the onset. At the end of the day, Georgia disappointed the home crowd. It appeared Georgia was trying to put a nice coat of paint on a monumental disaster. Down 41-30 with minutes to play, Georgia kicked off instead of trying to kick the onside kick, signaling that Mark Richt had thrown in the towel. Alabama featured an outstanding front seven and a sturdy offensive line. John Parker Jr. ran the Alabama offense in a workmanlike manner. Just another SEC game to many. This game was the breakout game for Nick Saban. He has pointed to this game many times as a critical game to the entire Alabama run. It was this Saturday that changed college football forever. Bama went on to the national title. Georgia settled for the Outback Bowl against Michigan State. Georgia finished 10-3 on the 2008 season. Georgia would struggle mightily the next two seasons. They had a chance for revenge in 2012, meeting Alabama for the SEC championship. But Georgia lost that game, running out of time on the Alabama 5-yard line and lost by less than a touchdown. This game began the stretch of Alabama dominance of Georgia and the rest of college football that we have yet to see diminish.